Welcome to the Entrepreneur Toolbelt podcast, the only podcast you'll ever need to get your business to the next level. This podcast is powered by Antoine Campbell Enterprise.
Every day, we open our eyes to fulfill our purpose. Advancing to the path unknown, driven by the will to achieve more. In these challenging times, the Antoine Campbell Enterprise strives to provide innovative leverage, using today's technology and exceptional talents, designed to give you an advantage in the real estate market for incredible results in your business. On that account, we have created a new system, custom for the real estate industry. It is a systematic course for real estate investors that provides you with all the knowledge on how to build a team, systematize, manage, and generate converting leads for your business at an astoundingly low cost. Utilizing virtual assistants with profound skills. Be part of the satisfied clients we have worked with over the last year. This is the VA Mastery System.
What's up with it? It's your boy Antoine Campbell. Listen, if you got any deals you need help moving, you stuck trying to figure out how to find buyers in the whole disposition thing, we got buyers in all the 50 states. Text me now, 202-918-4887, and let us get that deal off your plate and work together. Look forward to working with you. Text me right now, 202-918-4887. What's up with it? It's your boy Antoine Campbell. Welcome back to the Entrepreneur Toolbelt. We are on episode 9, I think episode 9. I got an amazing guest with me. She's from the DMV, a young entrepreneur, age 19 years old. Her name is Kyiamoni. She's a baker, and she's been killing it all the way since high school. So I want to introduce her to everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I'm glad I had you on. Let everybody know who you are.
My name is Kyiamoni Brown. I am the owner of House of Dreams Bakery.
Awesome. So, welcome to the podcast. We do this podcast because we like to interview entrepreneurs. It's called Entrepreneur Toolbelt, and we just like to get some tips and secrets from you, how you run your business and manage your business. So, I just want to talk about how did you end up in the baking business? Like, where did you come up with the idea to start baking?
It started when I was homeschooling. My mother brought a pumpkin, and she gave me a project on things to make out of a pumpkin, what I can make out of a pumpkin. And I did a lot of research on what I could make out of a pumpkin. The very first thing I made was pumpkin bread from scratch.
Pumpkin bread?
Yes.
What is pumpkin bread? It's like actually bread you can make a sandwich with, or it's like a cake?
No, it's like banana bread.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like bread, but you put pumpkins in it. Pumpkin puree. So from pumpkin bread, I started to get into pound cakes. And from pound cakes, I got into the custom cakes like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Mm-hmm. And from the custom cakes, I got into custom designing, which led me here.
And what age was this?
14.
14 years old. So at the age of 14, you was baking stuff from scratch, or was it coming from the Betty Crocker box?
No, it was all from scratch.
Wow. So you must have used a lot of what you learned in school in order to do the measurements. Did anybody help you, like initially learn how to bake? or was it self-taught?
No, it was all self-taught. Yes.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
That's very impressive. So let's talk about your first time that you shared a post and it kind of went viral. How was that experience?
Oh, I was excited. My first time going viral was on TikTok I'm at 105,000 views on one video right now.
And what year was that when you first went viral?
It was 2021, like 2 weeks ago.
Wow. Because my son Jaden, he was using TikTok, 2-3 years ago. And I said, what are you playing with, son? And he said, Daddy, it's TikTok. It's amazing. And now, it's like everybody uses this to grow their business. Like, I got a TikTok account, and I really like it. I think it's a different way to connect with your audience. So what was the substance behind going viral? Like, it was just a picture of a cake? What was it?
No, I posted a video of my customer's reaction to her seeing her wedding cake. That's what captivated.
Wow. So you do wedding cakes too?
Yes.
How big was the cake? It was like
4 tiers.
Amazing.
Thank you.
What was the cake made of, if you don't mind me asking? Like chocolate?
I can't. Let me think.
Yellow?
I think it was vanilla.
Because I used to work in a hotel, right? And I ate about 50 wedding cakes. Because I used to work in a banquet department. And I'm telling you, some of the wedding cakes you didn't know. Like, you cut in the middle of it, it's like raspberry filling. Some of the cakes made of coconut. When you are talking to people, do you actually give them good advice about, hey, you don't want to mix this with this cake or this icing with this cake? Here's what I recommend. Do you give them that advice, or you just do whatever they ask?
No, I give them advice on you can't put cream cheese frosting in between tier cakes because it'll slide. So I tell them that all the time when they ask for cream cheese frosting.
Right. Because when I was younger, I remember my uncle used to be yelling at his wife because when she baked the cakes for the cookout, she put the aluminum foil over it. So by the time we opened it up, it wasn't no frosting on it. It was just straight cake. So let's talk about your childhood. Like you growing up in school. You know, how did you find time to do your schoolwork and bake?
I did schoolwork online, so I didn't have a set time. I just did schoolwork whenever I wanted to, but not whenever I wanted to.
Right.
Like I would start at 6 and maybe get done at 2. So it's really no time.
So you wasn't actually in a traditional school?
No.
What kind of school was you in? What is it called? Like
Time for Learning. It was online.
Okay, so it was homeschooling.
Yes.
That's what my kids take, Time for Learning right now. It's really dope.
Yes.
So what made you go the homeschool route?
I was having a lot of trouble in school. So
Okay.
my mom just pulled me out.
That's smart. You know, like your mom's a good mom to say, like, because most parents say, okay, just let her keep having trouble. So that's really good. So when you was doing your school, right, and you was doing the baking thing, you said that you made time for it, but I'm just curious, how did you mentally balance that? Because being a business owner, that's a hard thing to balance. So how did you say, you know what, today I'm going to play with my friends, or I'm going to be social, or, you know, tomorrow I'm going to do my cake fulfillments? How did that work out?
Let me see. I didn't really have trouble with balancing it. It was kind of easy for me because the online schooling wasn't hard.
Right.
You know, it was virtual teachers, so they helped me with it.
Man, that's dope. So if you had to do it all over again, would you do online school again?
Yes.
Because I think online school is like overlooked. I think it's very convenient, especially because of COVID. What year did you graduate again?
2020.
So you graduated in the middle of COVID.
Yes.
How was that whole experience?
Well, I wasn't going to have a graduation anyway,
Right.
So it didn't really affect me.
Because like who in the world would ever thought a virus would literally shut everything down? Did that affect your business and being able to do the cakes?
Yes, I stopped taking orders.
Wow. So was there any like game plan? Like, did you make up a rebound plan how you want to get back?
Yes, I've been practicing on my skills a lot, so I'm a lot better than what I was before COVID. Yeah. And I've been working on shipping pound cakes. I'm putting that together now.
Pound cake's a big thing. You know the guy Chef Doris?
No.
Yeah, the guy made a lot of money off pound cakes. And different kinds, cookies and creams, strawberry cheesecake, real velvet, Hennessy, pound cakes. Do you focus on more so viral type cakes, or do you just stick with traditional cakes?
I stick with traditional, but I like to be different, so they are all different. Like, yeah, my cakes are different.
So do you do a lot of repeat customers? Like say for example, somebody get a cake from you. Do you follow up with them to see they want another cake, or it's just a one and done type of thing?
It's once and done. I have returning customers. They come back.
That's dope.
Thank you.
So let's talk about sibling stuff. Are you the oldest?
Yes.
I knew you was the oldest. You know how I know? Because I'm the oldest. My wife the oldest. And it's something about us being the oldest. How does being the oldest affect your ability to kind of like just step up and be an entrepreneur, you think?
Nice.
Because I'll be honest, my mom, she didn't cut no slack with me. Like, and my wife mom, she didn't cut no slack with her. So I'm not sure about your mom, but like, did that tough love, did that really help you become a good entrepreneur, you think?
Yes, I think it did. Makes me better. It doesn't really come between me and my siblings.
So you guys still have like playing time? Like,
yes.
Did you say, hey, help me bake this cake?
Yes, they help me a lot in the kitchen.
Yeah, my boys, they help me around the house too when it comes to my business. But they always trying to charge me. Hey, Dad, I'll do this for you if you buy me Roblox. They do the same thing to you?
I actually bribe them.
Wow. So I got some more questions. What's next? Right? You know, you're doing a cake thing. Do you see yourself expanding to like trying to get in stores or anything like that?
Yes, I do. I actually want to open a couple of culinary schools, culinary colleges, actually.
Nice. So it's going to be culinary in general, or is it going to be baking focused, or how?
It's baking, yeah. Not necessarily cooking because I don't cook, but cakes. Just teaching what I know.
Yeah, I think the culinary thing might be a good thing for you because while you're making a cake, you can kind of like monetize that, right? So you people at home, education is everything. So when you are good at your craft, people will pay you to learn how to be good just like that. So like when you have like a place you bake, or you just bake from home?
I bake from home. Well, no, I bake from a kitchen, sorry.
Yeah, so you can just get a few cameras, set it up.
Yes,
and then just record yourself and put it on teachable.com.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, so let's talk about being 19 years old. I remember being 19 years old. I had a lot of responsibility. I was working in a hotel. I was a manager, and I had people twice my age I was managing. How do you handle criticism? Do you get any criticism?
Yes.
Because I mean, this cake right here, people can have an opinion on it. Hey, I don't like the icing. It looks ugly. It tastes that. How do you handle that?
You have to be confident. Like, I'm confident in my work. I know it looks presentable. It doesn't look bad. So.
Yeah, that's a good thing because, like I said, criticism, people are always judging you no matter how good you do.
Yes,
so
you just have to be confident and basically know who you are. Then criticism wouldn't affect you at all.
Hey, can you remember a time that you had to overcome that and use that confidence as far as criticism?
No, I guess that goes back to confidence. You know, I didn't always have it. I had to build it up.
Right. So let's talk about tools. You're young. I think you're like one of my youngest guests I interviewed so far. What are 3 tools you must use every day? Like whether it's business, or personal that you must have?
Tools. I would say discipline. I can't think of the word.
You know, apps, softwares, stuff to run your business or your personal life. Yeah, that type of tools.
Instagram, is that?
Instagram is an amazing tool. You know why? It's free.
Yes.
It doesn't cost you money to post a cake. And how many eyes get on that cake?
How many? Say that?
You mean like how many eyes? Like when you post a cake, that's free marketing for you.
Yes.
You know, how many times have you posted something and then literally you got a customer from it just by posting? Think about that.
A lot of times, plenty of times.
Yeah, because I do the same thing, right? So if you notice, first thing I do is tell somebody text me. So one of the things that I think that you should do is just say, hey, you want a cake as good as this? Text me now. It don't even have to be a real number. It could be a software.
Yeah, I see a lot of people posting their numbers on Instagram and telling people to text them.
It's the wave. You gotta get on it. I'm telling you, as an entrepreneur, if you're not sending people to text message, you're missing out because what happens is Facebook slows down your posts because they really want you to pay for ads. So when you start to share your link or say, hey, check out my website, they purposely not show people that post you shared because they're not making money from it. But when you say, hey, text me or put your number in it, the algorithm isn't smart enough yet to pick up on what you're doing. So I think for the next 2-3 years, text message marketing would be a good thing for your business.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
What's some things that separate you, like as far as like dealing with your customers? Because anybody can go to anybody to get a cake. You can go to Safeway, anywhere to get a cake. Why do you think people love your cakes?
Because I'm unique and different. I do what you can't buy in stores.
Right.
I create what you can't buy in stores.
So basically, you bake with a passion.
Yes.
And let's talk about passion. Like, how passionate are you with the baking thing? Like, do you see yourself doing this 10 years from now?
Oh, yes. Lifetime.
So let's get to that question. I always ask my guests this question late in the podcast, but I want to ask you early. It's the year 2021, right? Which means the start of a new decade. Where do you see yourself at the end of the decade in 2030?
Let's say wealthy.
Okay.
With my culinary schools, shipping worldwide, shipping everything. Have my own line of bakeware.
That's dope. So let me ask you, shipping worldwide. What's the furthest you shipped a cake so far?
I haven't yet.
You haven't shipped cake?
No.
Is there a logistical reason why? Or?
You have to be licensed. I have to go through the licensing process.
Really?
Yes, to ship.
To ship a cake?
Because it's food.
Man, I gotta check that shit. 30 dude out. He was shipping me cakes. I don't think he licensed. So let's talk about Mount Rushmore. You know what Mount Rushmore is?
Yes.
Mount Rushmore obviously is a mountain where all the good presidents lay. If you had a choice to redesign Mount Rushmore and put the people you treasure, whether they're entrepreneurs or people that's important to you, or that made an impact on your life so far, who would you put on that Mount Rushmore?
I'm gonna say Yolanda.
Okay.
Yolanda is. She's a baker. I watch her a lot.
Okay, she got a YouTube?
Yes.
So she bakes like what, stuff like you bake? Or?
No, it's on another level. It's like
What you mean another level? You on a good level?
No, it's where I'm trying to get. Yeah, she's more advanced, I say.
But that's the one thing I like when people say a person's on another level, because I truly believe there's no cap to levels, right? Like, you can literally be the best of the best, and somebody come along and just be even better, then that's a whole nother level you got to achieve. So I really respect you for always keeping yourself disciplined. Who else?
I'm gonna say Jerome Cake King, because I look up to him a lot.
Nice.
Yes. Let me see. I will put. I'm gonna say my mom.
Nice. Yeah, Mom Deuce, you got to give her some love. Even like from what I observed, she's always supportive of what you got going on.
Yes.
And that's something you shouldn't take for granted, because my parents not as supportive as me as being an entrepreneur, and I wish I had more people to support me. Family is a tough conversation to have, because it's crazy that a stranger on the street would support you quicker than your family. Yeah. Like, I'm not sure if that's the case with you, but how do you think your circle, the people around you is close, how do you think that helped you get to where you at?
Let's say I would say my mother is my biggest like motivator, my biggest push. You know, she's always yelling at me.
It's a good yell. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she's always telling me that I need to do this and I need to do that and I need to do this. Sometimes I just do it to stop her from yelling.
Right. I think it's tough love.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's nothing wrong with tough love. I think that this day and age, what year you was born again?
2002.
Man, that's 18 years ago. This day and age, tough love is taboo. You show someone tough love, they sweep it down. You hate them. When I was growing up, tough love was an okay thing. Like my mother would bust in the room and just tear me up with a belt, and then no one thinks nothing of it. You know, I'd be quiet trying to hit my children because I'm afraid the neighbors call the police on me. So I get it. So let's talk about. We know you got the baking business. We know you want to do the culinary school. What are some ways that you think you can get there? Like, do you think you need to make more connections? You need to get more out there? Because I've seen you won an award. Do you want to talk about that award really quickly?
Yes, I won the National Black Chef Association Award.
Wow.
Yeah.
That seems like, I don't even know what the National Black Chef is, but that seems like a nice award to have, like to put up on your wall or on a nice thing.
Yes.
So how did you get that award? Did you have to qualify? Did you have to get a baking contest?
No, I was nominated. So I won it by a nominee.
Wow. And how you think that made other people feel that was runner up? Because I'm pretty sure, like I said, I was 19. I remember always being compared to my eldest. Was there older people that was in there running for that award too?
It was a lot of people, yes. I don't know how it made them feel like they didn't.
What was going through your head when you accepted the award? Like,
I feel like because I'm so young that I don't belong in certain places. Like,
why did you feel like that?
Because I was only 18, so I feel like I had to be 23 or 25 to be there. You know, like,
I think that, one of the things I've done in my life is I stopped comparing, associating age with success, right? You can be any age and achieve any amount of success you want as long as you do the work. And I think that, from what I've seen and what you post and your mom posts, you put that work in. Like
you.
Holiday time, get your sweet potato pies. Like wedding season, get your cakes. Like what pushes you? Like, because you're 19. Like, most 19-year-olds, they just want to play video games and go out and have a good time. What pushes you to say, you know what, I got to stay disciplined?
I guess it goes back to Yolanda and Kate King. Like, they are well-established bakers. So I guess that's like my push. Then they always post they're very transparent.
Right.
Yeah, with who they are. So
let me ask you this. If you had a chance to actually meet with them, and just sit down and just have a conversation, what would you ask them? Like, if you had a chance just to, they kind of coach you or mentor you in a way, what would be the first question you ask them?
First question. See, I would say, I'm trying to think of it. I can't figure out what it is.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier in my IG Live, like, it's important to ask the right questions. So when you get in front of somebody that you feel like that's going to change your life, when you ask them right questions, you get the answers you need, and you become valuable to them. So for me, I'm always practicing what questions would I ask somebody way superior than me. So I think that's something you should try to do. Looking back at my life, if I can tell a 19-year-old Antoine, I would tell him to do a whole lot of things different. I would focus on God first. You know what I mean? I would focus on my happiness, and I would just focus on building relationships with my brothers and sisters better, so we can be at a better spot. Yes. I mean, we're good now, but I think that's important.
Yes, that's where I'm at now. I listen to a lot of motivation and gospel music. I'm a big fan of gospel music.
Wow. So listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When I get back, I'm going to interview her some more and talk about her faith and what's driving her with her faith. But other than that, catch this quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Hey, wholesaler, how you doing? This is your boy, Antoine Campbell. I am the owner of Lead Factory. The Lead Factory is a program that allows you to stop worrying about sellers cussing you out, dealing with your lead generation, trying to figure out how to work silly ass Mojo or call tools, and let us step in and handle all of the work for you. Are you sick and tired of trying to get all of the front end shit right in your business? Well, allow Lead Factory to come in and step in and help you out, and you're only talking to motivated sellers. You can get access to this program for as little as $1,600 a month commitment. But we provide the VA, we provide $1, we do all the management, we take care of everything that you're currently struggling with, and you pay a flat fee knowing you don't have to worry about anything else but talking to motivated sellers. If that sounds like somebody like you, call me now or visit the website right now. This podcast is sponsored by V1 VAs. If you're looking for a virtual assistant, we are the #1 place to come and get your virtual assistants. I don't care if you're a realtor, if you run a car agency, if you run an ad agency, if you are a wholesaler, I don't care what you is. If the position requires you to use a computer or a working telephone, I can get you somebody in that position for $4 an hour, fully trained, ready to go. Stop wasting time and get to the next level with your business by generating more money and doing less and spending less on labor costs. Text me now, 202-335-3322. The time is now to take your business to the next level. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Entrepreneur Toolbelt podcast. I got a quick few announcements I want to make. Listen, if you're not busy Friday, the 18th, 7 p.m. I want you to, if you want to learn how to fix and flip real estate with no cash or credit out your own pocket, we're going to be doing a free webinar. It's going to teach you how to fix houses with no cash or credit. I got my guy, Okino Smith, a.k.a. Johnson, the Rehab King. He's going to be showing you guys exactly how he's doing multiple deals every month to fix houses with no cash or credit. Also, the next day, we're going to be having a cookout, REI cookout. All you guys do is show up. Don't worry about nothing. We don't want your potato salad. I just want you there. We got drinks for you. We're going to have food for you. We're going to have a good time. We're going to fellowship. We're going to talk business. And hopefully, we're going to create strategic partnerships. So go to CEO929.com/cookout and register now. We almost at capacity. So just get on the RSVP so we can make sure we save a space for you. Other than that, I got my guest here with me, Kyiamoni, all the way from the DMV. She's running a cake business, making multiple six figures, doing that, and she's really crushing it. So we left off at talking about your faith, right? How important is your faith to you?
Very important, because I feel like if you don't believe it, you have to believe it first.
Right.
Your mind has to get there before your life does. That's what
right. Are you into reading books, like or listening to audible books? Because I know reading not really a thing no more, but listening to audible books?
I read. Yeah, I don't listen to audible books.
So what you currently reading right now?
I'm not reading anything right now.
What books would you recommend that you read so far?
Let me see. I would say I read baking books.
Oh.
Like one of them is How to Cake It.
Nice. Did you read any business books to teach you more about the business side of things?
I started them, but I didn't finish them.
I think the business side is just as important as the talent. I know you probably got your mom helping you, but the one book I probably will read is Scaling Up a 4-Hour Work Week. Especially since you mixing lifestyle with business, that's the new thing. The 4-Hour Work Week will really show you how to start to delegate things. So that way you can start taking up big orders. Speaking of big orders, I'm just curious, what was the most expensive cake you ever done?
It was a wedding cake. It was $1,200.
Wow.
Yes.
So what go into pricing? Is it time, effort, labor? Or?
Yes, it's time, the effort, the labor, the price of the ingredients. It's how much? Yes, it's all of that. Time, labor, price, effort.
So how long do you think it took you from, picking up the ingredients to dropping off the cake to getting that cake made?
Making the cake making process is maybe 2 days, depending on what it is.
Why so long? I'm so used to just taking the stuff out the bag, throwing the eggs and the oil in it, put it in the oven, and an hour later, voila.
Well, I make everything from scratch. So the cakes I have to make from scratch, and I can't just take it out the fridge and mix it up. I have to wait hours until the ingredients cool down, room temperature.
Wow, it just seemed like so much.
Yes. And then I have to make my frosting, and I also make my own fondant. So that's less time.
What's fondant? Is that like the candy? Like, what is that?
It's what's on this one right here. It's the outside decoration. It's yeah.
But like it's like rollable, right?
Yes, it's like dough.
Okay.
It's made out of marshmallows. So.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. So the frosting. Have you ever thought about just packaging up what you do as far as frosting and stuff and just creating a recipe book?
Yes, I started that too and didn't finish it.
Why you ain't finished? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I guess I'll be getting. I don't know. Like.
I think a recipe book will definitely be a good look for the brand because people want to know how to do that. I know one thing I do is I go, look around and say, oh, I like that. Let me find a recipe. Last week, I literally said, you know what? I'm on this new diet. I don't want mayonnaise. I got rid of dairy. I got rid of all of this stuff. I still want chicken salad. The next thing you know, they said avocado chicken salad. Well, for some reason, avocado has the same consistency as mayonnaise if you add a little honey in it. So now I'm learning how to tweak my diet and making everything the way I like it. And honestly, it tastes just like regular chicken salad. It's crazy. So let's talk about that. How do you incorporate alternatives into baking products without messing up the taste? Like, somebody that's diabetic, somebody that's gluten-free. Like, how does that work?
Well, you can replace regular sugar with coconut sugar.
Coconut sugar?
Yes. And then they also have coconut flour.
I'm sorry. I'm writing this down because of my diet. So coconut sugar.
And coconut flour. They also have coconut milk, almond milk, vegan butter. You can substitute eggs for applesauce.
I seen that. Like, I was on TikTok watching some recipes to make muffins, and it was oatmeal muffins, and they just put applesauce with it. I said, what are they doing? But then when they took it out the oven, it looked good.
Yes, there's a lot of substitutions you can do to replace the sugary, I guess not good ingredients.
Right. So let me ask you this. I'm probably sure people at home wanting to know this. To my people at home, what's the most weirdest baking request you got? Like, as far as like making a cake and the ingredients go into it.
They've been pretty consistent. I don't really have weird ingredients. I guess I don't know if people put sour cream in their cakes or not. I guess that would be weird.
Sour cream go in like pound cake, right?
Yes, it can go in regular cakes too.
Why? I'm just curious.
It's for to make it moist.
But why not just use cream cheese?
You can put that in there too, but cream cheese is mostly for pound cakes. You don't really put that in the regular ones. You can put it in the icing, but not the cake.
So around this time of the year, if I was to create a marketing budget for you, what would be the most popular dessert that you think people would want around between June and 4th of July?
It's in between red velvet and sweet potato pound cake. People love my red velvet, and they also love the sweet potato. So it would be a battle between those two. But in my opinion, I would say the sweet potato pound cake.
And what's the consistency of it? Is it moist? Is it like cakey? Like sweet potato pound cake? I'm just trying to wrap my mind. I like sweet potato pie. That's what I'm asking.
The sweet potato pound cake has a lot of flavor. There's a lot of different seasonings going into it.
Like nutmeg and all that?
Yes, like nutmeg, cinnamon. I forgot what the other one is called. Nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves.
Oh. Yeah, because the cloves, like, they dried up, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know a little something about baking. I'm trying to get there. Because right now, I'm growing a garden, right? And my number one goal is in the next 24 to 36 months to solely eat from my garden. But now this first set of gardening I'm doing is practice. So let's talk about, your first 10 cakes. Was it practice, or did you feel like you was confident enough to kind of like just put it out there and no one would kind of like scrutinize the cakes?
My first 10 cakes, I I knew that it could get better than that, but my skill level wasn't better than that. So I was just like, I wasn't happy.
Why was you happy? Like,
because I knew it could be better, but I had to learn better before I could do better.
right. So it's safe to say you are like a perfectionist. Like you're not going to put anything out there and put your name on it without it being a certain way.
Yes.
Have you ever dropped a cake before?
Yes. Taking it out the freezer, it was a chocolate ganache.
And what was the feeling? Like you was upset? Like how did you feel?
Yeah, I was upset because I put a lot of time into it, but I think I redid it. Yeah, I redid it.
And the quickest cake that you turn around, like let's say for example, I call you, so I need a cake. What was the quickest turnaround that you did an order for someone?
A Wakanda cake. I did it overnight.
Wakanda cake?
Yes.
Like Wakanda, like
what was the name
like Wakanda,
of it?
like
yes.
that?
Yes.
Oh. For a kid?
Yes, a kid's
Yo,
spot.
I wish I was at his party.
Yes, I stayed up all night working on that cake.
Do you enjoy birthday parties more than weddings?
I enjoy weddings more than birthdays, but I enjoy baby showers more than anything.
So people do order baby shower cakes.
Yes.
So why you enjoy the weddings more?
Because I don't know. It's just like it's elegant.
Right.
People want elegance for their weddings, so and classiness, classy.
So what is your preferred style in designing cake? You would you like a bold cake that's like 3D oriented, or would you just rather a traditional European style cake?
I like bold. I'm a bold type of person. I always try to look at a cake and see what else can go on there. Like
So building these bold cakes do it require like if you made the 4-tier cake right here, how would you get it, from the bakery to the location without it being, kind of like damaged?
I would carry it interior, so I would have 4 different cakes in 4 different boxes and put it together once I arrived at the destination.
Nice. So I think one of the things I want to ask you is, what advice could you get a 19-year-old person fresh out of high school? Is college in your horizon, or you just want to focus on being an entrepreneur?
I'm going to go to college.
Okay.
Soon.
With any particular major?
Probably business.
That's smart.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think business, and once you learn a business, and most importantly, anybody out there watching this podcast, if you can learn sales, right? If you can know how to close people and sell people, you can literally print money, right? Think about this? Has there ever been a time you get a person and say, "Yeah, I want the cake, I love it," and then you follow with them, they ghost you?
Yes, all the time.
You know why?
Why?
Because you got to sell people. Sometimes you got to convince people that, yes, this cake is great, but this is why you need the cake. So what I've been doing for the last few weeks is been really heavily involved in my business on the phones and really building up my sales skills, because ultimately my number one goal is to create a sales course for entrepreneurs like yourself and anybody that can take these skills and literally triple the money they're making by just knowing how to ask the right questions. I think in listening to, in sales we call this objections. You should have rebuttals to objection. People may be asking you questions that's stopping them from making a move to, buy the cake from you by simply having a rebuttal. Small things like, so how many cakes have you done before? Or tell me more about your cakes and why should I? Like, you can easily say, you know what, this is why you should buy a cake from us. Because when you buy a cake from us, for the rest of your life, as long as I'm doing cakes, you'll never have to worry about who's going to help you with any of your baking needs. I got you for Christmas. I got you for Thanksgiving. I got you for 4th of July. I got you for your children's birthday, your grandchildren's birthday. Everybody going to look at you like a hero. So that's one of the things that I want to teach a lot of entrepreneurs. And that's some things that college don't teach right now. So I definitely think you should look into some sales material so you can grow your business. So what's the game plan? I know we talked about you doing a culinary school, but what's the game plan to really get your brand to the level where it's a household name?
Game plan. I'm gonna feel like putting out quality videos, because quality videos reach a bigger audience, especially reels and TikTok.
Yeah, Reels are powerful because they're competing with TikTok. One of the things I did learn yesterday reading a book was instead of just putting up a static picture like a cake, if you took that same cake and just did a 10-second video and just slow motion and put a little music to it, it have a 400% better response rate. So I just learned that myself. So I'm telling my team, hey, lose the pictures. Let's do more videos. Because at the end of the day, we live in a world where technology is so abundant that people's attention span is short. So, like, I know you said you're going to be doing more videos, but what are some things that you think you can do better to stay more relevant? Because it's hard to keep attention and people want to like your post and share it. What do you think you can do? You ever thought about like contests or give away a cake or anything like that?
Yes, I was supposed to do a giveaway a couple weeks ago, but something came up.
Yeah, I think giveaways is like one of the best marketing tools because you literally can. Do you have a website?
Yes.
You literally can drive traffic to your website. Do you have an email list?
Yes.
You literally can build your email list. And once you get an email list, no one can take that from you. Not Facebook, not Instagram. And when it's time to monetize or you got to sell, or let's say, for example, your goal is to sell 20 cakes this month. You can do that by hitting your email list. Hey, listen, the first 5 people that buys a premium cake at this price point, I will give you a sweet potato pie, something like that. And just because in their head they feel like they're getting a better deal, you'll be surprised when the orders start coming in. What do you think is your biggest struggle right now?
My biggest struggle, I would say, is obedience. Yes, and
I think that's for everybody. Obedience is going to be a lifetime struggle. To this day, I'm still working on it, right? And it's because that's just the way our mind program. Our mind program always go against the grain with things you know is right. So that at least you're real with yourself. You know, that's the one thing I can see just sitting right here with you for the last 34 minutes, that you have a clear understanding of who you are and what you need to do what you got to do. What else? Anything else that you probably think that you struggle with?
Procrastination.
And procrastination, let's talk about that. What drives that procrastination?
I guess wants to do something else, like wants to play the game or sleep or watch YouTube.
I'm afraid of procrastination. So you know what I did for 2 years? I took my 90-inch TV out of my bedroom and I took the TV out the living room and literally I just set it on the floor. And that way, any downtime I had, I always put it back in my business. So I be on my phone and I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So if that person's not teaching me how to get to the next level, I unfollow them. Right? Anybody that's posting anything that doesn't get me to where I want to go, I unfollow them. So I think that's something you should consider, like just aligning, you know, what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to do to everything you do, you know, for watching videos and using your phone, because procrastination can definitely be a terrible thing.
Yes.
Anything else?
I would procrastinate. I think that's it. That's the only things I struggle with.
So have anybody ever reach out to you and say, hey, listen, I love what you're doing. Could you fulfill, you know, a consistent order to my coffee shop or something like that?
No, not yet.
Why you think they didn't do that yet?
I don't know. I think I have to reach a bigger audience.
No. This is what I think. I think you got to tell them that you can do it. Okay. So if you notice, when we went to commercial break, we just started a disposition company. I literally just made the commercial from my phone, sent it over to my team. 7 minutes later, we had a commercial. And the first thing I did was say, hey, listen, if you got a deal you need to sell, text me. So what you need to do is say, hey, listen, and you can make these commercials. You got YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to. YouTube is your bread and butter, right? You have to be able to put out substance on your YouTube where your audience can stay in touch with you and talk with you to the point that when you put out stuff, you give them a call to action. So you may put out a video and say, hey, listen, all the local bakeries, I'm looking to take on 5 bakeries where I make you some of the best, stuff to compare with your coffees. And you got to Friday to call me so we can see how we can set this up. And literally, you have what we call consistent revenue coming in, where your cake gigs, it's great and you're making money from it, but you got some consistent money coming in on a week in and week out basis. I think that's something you should consider too.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep. So what else are amazing ideas you're working on? Because I mean the baking thing you said earlier is something that caught my attention. The cookware.
Yes.
That's good money.
Yes.
You definitely, because my thing is I'm sitting here today with a polo hat on. I know better. I'm making them rich. I should have my entrepreneur Toolbelt shirt on and my entrepreneur Toolbelt hat on. When you're baking, people see that stuff. You should definitely have your own baking stuff. There's a bunch of different ways to get it. So I just think that as you start to make more videos, you should figure out a way to incorporate a pan or something that has your company name on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that sooner than later.
Yeah, I think the new wave is just creating IP, intellectual property. So do the course, right? Do the videos, and I do an app. Like I don't know how to bake from scratch, but if you can teach me, I pay you $30 a month, $20 a month. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm telling you, you got to get around more entrepreneurs, So
Yes.
Figure out how can you network with people and just share ideas because that's how the next big ideas start. Like Mark Zuckerberg couldn't start Facebook without the idea first.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to share your ideas, even if they don't feel attainable right now. And let's talk about that. What is 5 big major ticket goals that you want to attain? Like big, we call them BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goals. Like goals that if you told your friend from school or from your neighborhood, this is what I want to do. They say when you're walking away, they'll tell you, she's an idiot. Why would she want to do that? What are 5 goals like that?
5 goals.
Oh, we cut it short. 3 goals. How about that?
Okay, 3. Let's say the best culinary school in the country,
Okay.
world. That's one. I would say to have my own line of desserts in the frozen section.
Man, that's what's that. I don't know if you follow James Lindsay. He's the CEO of Rap Snaps, but they're killing it right now. They got fish fry, flour.
Yes. They
selling pancake mix, and they started off selling potato chips on ice cream trucks. So I think that just keeping them goals and just getting a whiteboard. You got your own room, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Go to Target. Next time you catch your lick on the cake, go to Target, get your whiteboard, write your goals out. And every day you walk past them, it's going to be a reminder of what you need to be working on. One more.
That's a good idea. Okay. Well, I would say the bakeware in the stores too.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. It don't have to necessarily be in the stores. You can build you a platform, right, what you're already doing, and just drive people to your site.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it save you a lot of more money because you don't pay for it until they pay for it. What I mean by that is this thing called drop shipping where you can kind of like private label products and white label products that you feel good about and put your name on. And when they say, hey, go buy this pan or go buy this apron, when you make that sale, then you're obligated to make that payment. One of the things I do suggest is like what you're doing is don't put yourself in a situation where you got to spend all in to make money.
Yes.
So like I like this idea of, okay, I'm going to bake you a cake, but pay me first.
Yes.
That's a good business model. But what happens when you bake the cake and then they don't want to pay you? Like then it becomes a burden on you. So I definitely think baking was never going nowhere. I don't even care if everybody become a vegan. You're just going to be switching your model up to baking vegan cakes.
Yes.
So that's the thing I like about this business model. It's scalable, right? So what do you think you got to do to get your cakes and like not even these beautiful cakes, but just like a traditional cake that you can just put in a grocery store? What do you think is the next step?
To put my cakes in the grocery store?
Yeah.
I never even thought about that. Putting them in the grocery stores. I thought about the frozen dessert.
That's what I'm saying. You can, like maybe a pie, maybe like sweet potato pie, like when Patty LaBelle.
Yes.
You remember when that pie, her sweet potato pie went viral?
Yes.
Like one post away, you can literally go viral. So I think that's something you should always be looking for, trying to find that next big thing in your business to get to the next level. Anything you want to leave the people with? Like any advice? Like, because you're 19 years old, you was in homeschool, you graduated through one of the most craziest times in the last 100 years since smallpox came to America. What are some advice that you can give your peers that may watch this one day?
I would say do not procrastinate at all.
Okay.
Procrastination sets you back a lot.
Yeah.
You could be a lot ahead in life if you didn't procrastinate. So I would say.
Yeah.
No,
and to add to that, like, react quickly on your ideas. Like there have been a lot of ideas that I passed up on in my life just because to me it didn't serve me for the short term. And then when I started thinking long term about my life and just putting short term stuff on the back burner, that's when things really turned around. So just not passing up on ideas or putting ideas on the shelf because it doesn't serve you right now, I think too is good. What else?
I would say you don't have to have an age to do anything.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say when you get older and when I get older, I want to do this, and you really don't have to be older. You can start at 3.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kids out here. YouTube, man, them 3-4-year-old kids playing with toys making millions of dollars. So, like, I agree. I don't think that, because like I said, our parents and their parents, they put this whole thing that, hey, you got to be a certain age to achieve certain success. I think success is attainable no matter how old you are.
Yes.
So I think that's awesome too. Anything else?
I would say act, like you said, just act on it. Don't wait or like say I'm gonna do it tomorrow because tomorrow may not come, and you you just keep saying tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, and then tomorrow turns into 5 years.
Exactly. And let's talk about 5 years. So I know we talked about the 10-year goal. I know we talked about Mount Rushmore. 5 years, where do you think your business will be?
I'll say worldwide. I think I'll be known for my cakes.
Man, the cake thing ain't going nowhere. They've been baking cakes since. Man, I remember being in school and reading a book about slaves baking cakes. So I don't think dessert's ever gonna go nowhere. It's an awesome business model. It's an awesome business to be in. You just gotta continue to stay niche a little bit. When they switch up for being conscious of the sugar and the butter, maybe you can be the person that create these amazing alternatives. And you got me and my wife and my kids. We can kind of like come over and taste the food and say, "Hey, yeah, that's a hit right there," if you want. But I think you should stick to the baking thing. I don't care if you go to college. You want to go to college for business. I still think you should stick to the baking thing. It's a company called Kraft Foods. Have you ever heard of them?
Yes.
Multi-billion-dollar company. So I do think that can be attainable if you stay consistent with what you're doing.
Yes. I guess that would be another piece of advice, consistency.
Yeah, consistency. So let's talk about the importance of consistency during homeschool, because homeschool is such a open place because like there's nobody breathing down your back like a teacher. What age did you start going to homeschool?
14. Yeah, I was 14.
Just to go back to that, how did you adjust it to going from got to get up in the morning, jump from class to class to, now you just do your work, do your thing, and just make sure it get done?
So I love not getting up at 4.
Yeah.
5 and 6.
Yeah, my children, they currently in homeschool, and they got a weird unorthodox schedule. They start school at 2 in the afternoon. And the reason why we let them start school at 2 in the afternoon because, children's minds are not functioning at 9 in the morning.
Yes.
You think that being up 9 in the morning was good for you?
No, not at all.
Man, that's crazy. So is there anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here? Maybe some stuff you're working on or want to give somebody some shout outs?
I think we've covered it all, covered everything.
Well, awesome. You did good.
you.
Was this your first actually sit down interview like this?
Yes.
You did good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did good. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, this was an amazing interview. She's 19 years old. The reason why I wanted to do this podcast was I was sitting out, well, not at home. I was sitting in Florida. I always call Florida home. And I was sitting at a hotel in Key West, Florida. And I said, what could I do to, try to change the world, right? And then I said, you know what? I want to redo a new podcast. And I said, okay, what will I name it? And I said, I want a podcast where any entrepreneur can watch it and get some tools to grow their business. And so this is why we came up with the Entrepreneur Toolbelt. We're going to be releasing the podcast. We already in 9 episodes. We're going to be releasing on Spotify, iTunes, and all that. When we do, I would love for you to support and head over there and just give us some support and share it and share some love. Comment below and let us know what you think. Like I said, before we get out of here, we having a meetup. Not a meetup, a cookout next week, as well as a webinar on the 19th. Go to CEO929.com and sign up. Other than that, I catch you on the flip side. Sacrifice now, ball forever. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Welcome to the Entrepreneur Toolbelt podcast, the only podcast you'll ever need to get your business to the next level. This podcast is powered by Antoine Campbell Enterprise. What's up with it? It's your boy Antoine Campbell. Listen, if you got any deals you need help moving, you stuck trying to figure out how to find buyers in the whole disposition thing, we got buyers in all the 50 states. Text me now, 202-918-4887, and let us get that deal off your plate and work together. Look forward to working with you. Text me right now, 202-918-4887. Hey, wholesaler, how you doing? This is your boy Antoine Campbell. I am the owner of Lead Factory. The Lead Factory is a program that allows you to stop worrying about sellers cussing you out, dealing with your lead generation, trying to figure out how to work silly ass Mojo or call tools, and let us step in and handle all of the work for you. Are you sick and tired of trying to get all of the front end shit right in your business? Well, allow Lead Factory to come in and step in and help you out, and you're only talking to motivated sellers. You can get access to this program for as little as $1,600 a month commitment. But we provide the VA, we provide $1, we do all the management, we take care of everything that you're currently struggling with, and you pay a flat fee knowing you don't have to worry about anything else but talking to motivated sellers. If that sounds like somebody like you, call me now or visit the website right now.
Every day, we open our eyes to fulfill our purpose. Advancing to the path unknown, driven by the will to achieve more. In these challenging times, the Antoine Campbell Enterprise strives to provide innovative leverage, using today's technology and exceptional talents, designed to give you an advantage in the real estate market for incredible results in your business. On that account, we have created a new system, custom for the real estate industry. It is a systematic course for real estate investors that provides you with all the knowledge on how to build a team, systematize, manage, and generate converting leads for your business at an astoundingly low cost. Utilizing virtual assistants with profound skills. Be part of the satisfied clients we have worked with over the last year. This is the VA Mastery System.